It's the Sittin Sportside podcast, exclusively on 1045theteam.com.
In the shallow. I don't have your mic on, Mike. There you are. Hey,
Eric, I think we should do a duet of "Shallow."
I don't know why we started it that way. I think we were singing it. Who was singing it first? Was it me or was it you?
I think I started it.
We needed some kind of music heading into this.
This is weird.
Do we have the rights to use that?
Probably not. Let me hold on. Let me call Bradley Cooper. And
This
Lady
is a little
Gaga.
inside baseball. Oh my God, this chair. What a mess start to the podcast.
Would it be a normal podcast though if something didn't go hectic at one point in the podcast?
I mean, we're not even using music. This chair doesn't have a wheel, and I almost just died.
You're
Here
okay.
we are. Well, I'm going to leave this up to you, Mike. There's a couple things. Bryce Harper signed. We haven't really addressed that together on a podcast. Moving forward, I haven't talked to you about what Gaz has talked about a lot recently, and what Vac and Gaz on the video game stuff I thought would be interesting to talk about. But what do you want to get off your chest? Are those things that are interesting to you?
I think it's hilarious that Stephen Wright, the Red Sox pitcher, got suspended 8 games.
That's the first thing on your mind.
Well, I figured I'd throw that out there
Red
too.
Sox fans.
Wait, I didn't know I put that in my body. Come on, yes you did, you idiot.
Is that how Stephen Wright sounds?
Yes, that's how I'm making him sound.
Stephen Wright sounds.
That's how I'm making him
Where's
sound.
he from?
Not sure.
Man, this chair.
He's from Bulagash, India. No, I don't know where he's from.
Oh my gosh!
I just made that up. That's probably not even a
You
city.
took it there. Okay. All
Yeah, I
right.
went
All
there.
right.
No, but seriously,
I'll get you off of that. All right.
People who you have to know what's going on in your. I mean, come on. You sound
I
stupid when
didn't
you try
read
and
the
say
entire
that.
article, but my initial reaction to you was, this is a guy who was injured a lot last year, and so people take things to help them get better, and sometimes they don't know what they're putting into their body because they want to be able to be on the field so they can help their team and help their career. I think that's just. Did he claim to not know? I mean, I'm assuming that everybody nowadays that gets caught will probably claim they don't know, but
Yeah, he claimed he did not know, and baseball said no.
Right, he tested positive for growth hormone releasing a peptide 2, GHRP-2.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get some after work today. Actually, I need some. I'm gonna call his guy.
What, I don't know. I'm trying to find out what was the thing that he took that had that in it.
They never said.
They never said.
Never said.
So that's a red flag to me.
All I have to say is, kids,
when you
if
have
you want to
Maria
throw a
Share-
nasty knuckleball, do steroids, right? Oh, wait, is that too soon? Don't do steroids. Bad idea.
What?
Terrible idea.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said, kids, you want to throw a nasty knuckleball, just go do steroids. Wait, don't do steroids. Terrible
What?
idea.
I don't know. I don't think steroids have anything to do with a knuckleball.
It was a joke.
It's a terrible joke.
Terrible
Just
joke.
But yeah, that's a red flag to me because I think with people like Maria Sharapova and some others, like you kind of knew that they took some random thing and that's what was in the like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I took this, and I think with even Julian Edelman, like there was like, oh, I took this, or they knew what it was, and that's where it came from. For this, I don't know. I feel like if you don't identify where it's come from, it's a little bit more fishy to me that it could have been something that, was intentional. Like it was straight HGH. I don't know. Maybe not. But
is it really HGH though? Because it doesn't say it's HGH. But I guess technically it's a form of HGH.
Once again, my guess is that it's something that help him heal better than something because he's been injured. And he
Which
wants
I
to
mean,
get back
if
on the
you
field.
ask me, if you can actually legitimately prove that you're taking it to help you heal, they should make an exception for that. But you have to be able to legitimately prove it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you legitimately destroy your arm and as the only thing that's going to help, and you can actually prove that it's helping, and you're not using it for any other reason, I don't think it's Does that make sense?
Sort of.
But I'm not condoning the
I don't
use of steroids. But it's just the point of if
You are condoning the use of
legitimately
steroids.
destroyed
You're
your
not.
arm.
You are or you're not.
Yeah.
You are condoning them. You think that every player should take them because it makes it more exciting. Baseball.
Here's the thing too.
You're not denying this.
It's putting people in the damn stands. Why do we care what they're doing if it's putting people in the stands? It's putting people in the stands.
It's putting people in the stands.
You take steroids out of the game, home runs are gonna go away. People aren't gonna go to the games. Am I wrong?
Why are Harry Giles and Jason Tatum trading jerseys. What is going on?
What
Is
the hell?
the
That was
NBA
so
becoming
random.
soccer?
I do think the D Wade and Kevin Huerter jersey trade was cool.
Well, it's cool because it's local, but
Well, yeah, but
that's a guy retiring. I mean, these are just two.
Yeah,
Duke,
but
these are
Wade-
just two Duke guys.
Wade actually said
We
he's
went
going
to
to do
Duke.
it.
Let's change jerseys. I listened to your last point on the steroids. Yeah, I mean, I think it should matter though. I mean, integrity of the game. You know, I would rather have a Chris Bryant who's hitting like home runs that we know are real, Stanton that we know it's pure muscle, than guys like who was a guy from Texas that did it.
Canseco.
Well, yeah, Canseco definitely did it. Like, you know,
thought that's who you were talking about. Sorry.
no, it was like the forgotten one. I always like to bring him up because he's like the guy that no one remembers that did it, but like his numbers are crazy. Like it's always like Sosa, McGuire, Bonds, Clemens, but there's obviously others. Canseco's another one that's kind of gets the big time run. But
Can I say I'm actually upset Adrian Beltre retired?
I mean, why are you upset though?
Because he was fun to watch. Just
Yeah, but how much Texas Rangers baseball were you watching?
not much.
Okay.
But I enjoyed watching his crazy highlights and him doing.
You can still
crazy
watch those
things.
highlights. I mean, no, I'm sad too in a way. But it was about time, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is he a Hall of Famer?
100%. But
Yeah.
if there was if they were actually relatively competitive, I think he might have still played. I just think he didn't want to leave Texas, like go to a different team. I don't think he could either. And so that part of him probably had like, you know what? Like this is a team that's kind of rebuilding. They need to play some of these young guys. I probably could play, but I don't need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
So Bryce Harper, 13 years,
Bryce Harper.
$330 million. What?
Like, what do you think?
I think the Phillies are stupid.
Stupid.
And another stupid thing is that baseball's crying. What's the word I'm looking for?
How? Come on. You
I'm
can do it.
drawing a blank right now.
You can do it.
But the fact that
What's the point you're making?
Harper is trying to recruit Trout already, like, come on. Is collusion the word I'm looking for?
I guess collusion,
Yeah.
tampering.
Tampering,
Is
that's the word I was
is
looking-
what they've
But
kind
really?
of gotten LeBron on a little bit over there.
Come on. Come on.
You don't think it's tampering?
Who cares?
No, yeah, I don't think it's a big deal.
I think players should be able to say whatever the hell they want about whoever the hell they want. The front office and management of teams, on the other hand, should not. If a player wants to play with somebody else, they should be able to say, "Hey, I want to play with so and so," and they should not be penalized for it, no matter what. The front office and management, though, absolutely, they should be punished if they say anything like that.
I don't know if I agree with you in all of that. I don't know. I think the players need to be reprimanded at some kind like tampering is a real thing, right? So I don't know.
Yeah, but a player saying that can't magically make a player go there. Like Anthony Davis, like LeBron saying he wants to play with Anthony Davis. Okay, doesn't magically make Anthony Davis a Laker next year.
Yeah, but it's just it puts it like now the Pelicans know that they have the leverage. I don't know if that's so. Maybe it's like that's a different point altogether. Maybe, but you know what I mean. Like, although we know that's where he wants to go. Like, I don't know. There has to be some kind of rule in place. You shouldn't be able to go out there and say like, oh, hey, Mike Trout, we'll do this, and this for you, this, and this. My name's Bryce, of course. I'll kiss your cleats, I'll clean your cleats for you. Like, just go out and do public pleading. Like, I agree. Maybe he should be able to say what he wants to play with it. Like, that's his goal. But, if he was pleading, like, I'm not criticizing it at all. I'm just saying if it got to the point where people were like pleading their case out in public.
I don't think Trout leaves the Angels for some reason. Pardon me.
He could.
Cause what I read the other day is they're right now at 10 years, $350 with Trout right now.
But there's no reason to. They're going to give him as much money as he wants. There's no financial reason for Mike Trout to leave because he's going to get the money he wants from here. The Angels are not paying him.
He's a Hall of Famer no matter what. And
Mike
I
Trout?
I think he's a Hall of Famer.
If he retired right now,
up,
he's a Hall of Famer.
No, not right now, but if he
Okay.
keeps up with what he's doing, he's a Hall of Famer. Am I wrong?
That's literally the most probably obvious statement that we'll ever say on a podcast.
But I'm just saying, why leave the Angels? Play your whole career with the Angels, or if you want to leave the Angels, the Pinstripes could use you too. We need a center fielder. Oh, yeah, I don't know.
That's the thing, Mike. There's a possibility. There's 3 teams. I mean, there's the Angels where he is at right now. There's the Yankees, who are one of the best teams ever to live, and he's got the Mickey Mantle comparisons, and that's a place I think he would consider going. And then, of course, you have his hometown team, Philadelphia, right? He's a big Eagles fan, so then he goes to home and. Or he's a New Jersey kid, but right?
Yeah.
He's a New Jersey kid, but everyone in Philadelphia wants him because he knows he's a big Philadelphia Eagles fan, and they always. So there's still a possibility he could decide. Look, I want to test free agency, see what I'm getting elsewhere, see who can woo me.
2 years left, right?
Yeah, 2 years left. He'll be
This
off the
year,
books
next
after
year?
2020, and I think everybody kind of wants that. Wants that part in their career where they're able to be wooed by teams. You look how long Bryce Harper took for Bryce Harper to do it. I mean, obviously, there was different circumstances, but. If he didn't enjoy that process, he would have made it happen, probably end quicker than he did, right? I know there's negotiations and such, but, people enjoy being wooed. And I think that Trout is going to give the Yankees and the Phillies and obviously probably some other franchises the chances to do it.
I think Harper was secretly waiting to see if the Yankees were going to offer him something. I think that's why he took
that
so
was
long.
Shut down before the winter meetings even start.
Yeah, but I don't know.
So
I
don't subscribe to that conspiracy theory.
I still kind of believe it. I mean, if he wanted, if he was going to go, I just don't see why it took so long to go to
The reason I
Philly.
don't believe that is Scott Boras has a phone too, and if Scott Boras calls up the Yankees, they're like, no, we're not doing anything.
Well, Scott Boras I don't like Scott Boras, to be honest with you. The guy, I don't know.
I think he's a dislikable person, I think his persona could be dislikable, but I think overall he's really
like
good.
Drew Rosenhaus to me.
Yeah, he's a good agent.
They're both great agents, but I just don't like them as. Does that make sense?
Makes enough sense.
I think they're both arrogant, which they both have the right to be because they're the top agents in their sports. But actually, is Drew Rosenhaus even still around? He's kind of quieted down ever since the whole TO debacle.
I haven't heard the name in a long time.
I think he's still around, but I think he's just quiet because since the whole TO debacle years ago.
So let's get into something else. I don't like talking about agents. They get enough money for doing nothing. No, I'm kidding. They do something. What are we talking about? Do you really have a hot take about Drew Rosenhaus that is worthy to be talked about on March 7th on the Sittin Sportside podcast?
No, but I'm awfully hungry for some cereal today, Eric.
There you go.
Yeah, it's National Cereal Day. As I found out from
Yippee-ki-yay.
Golick and Wingo this morning, which can be heard right here on 104.5 The Team and the free 104.5 The Team
This is
app.
not 104.5 The Team. It's the 104.5theteam.com. This is not... You can not hear Golick and Wingo right here. Come on, Mike.
I'm just plugging it.
Yeah, but you can't hear it here because this is 104.5theteam.com. It's a Sittin Sportside podcast. Like, you got to go to our actual radio station. I mean, come on, man. It's not right here. Logistically, it's not right here. What's your favorite cereal? Come on.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. No milk.
No milk. That's surprising that you go no milk. I've never really eaten cereal with milk. I think I'm maybe Reese's Puffs, maybe Oreo O's. I drink with milk eat with milk, but very little bit. Like the milk if I ever put milk in my cereal, I always go dry. I'm a dry cereal guy. But
it goes soggy
which is
too fast.
Totally in the minority, which is crazy that you and I are both like that. I get looked at crazy when I tell people this. If I ever use milk, the milk to cereal ratio has to be like cereal 5, milk 1.
That makes sense. Breaking things over here, apparently.
Would you break? I'm falling off a chair. You're breaking a mic.
Anyways,
how you doing that?
Who knows? These things are 100 years old, though. But yeah, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is my go-to. Peanut Butter Crunch, I like. I used to be a big Cheerios kid, but got over the Cheerios.
I mean, Cheerios is just classic, right?
Yeah, but to me, I don't know. It goes soggy too fast. Can we make a cereal that doesn't go soggy in like 2.3 seconds? Or 4.33 seconds?
Some people probably like that taste. I mean, if it gets too soggy, I don't think anyone likes it. But some people might like it, get a little soggy. I agree. I'm right there with you. I hate that. That's why I usually am a fast eater, but I just feel like I eat the cereal really slow, or like you said, things just get soggy really quickly, and that just ruins my meal.
I don't mind, like, obviously, as you get to the bottom of the bowl of cereal, it's going to be soggy because you're getting to the end. But it's the top of it that when it gets soggy too quickly, that drives me nuts. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I definitely think it makes sense. So you said you named some cereals. What's an underrated cereal? So it's not necessarily your favorite, but like you don't think is. Cause I mentioned Oreo O's. I think
I already got your answer for you.
I
Fruity
think
Pebbles.
Oreo O's. What?
Fruity Pebbles.
You think it's underrated?
I think so.
Okay.
Fruit Loops, Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, I would say. You know what? I say French Toast Crunch.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I would say that the like cereals like that. I mentioned Oreo O's. Like these are cereals that I don't think people know exist. Like people are like, oh, is he Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Of course, cinnamon. I know Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You told someone it's French Toast Crunch. There's other Toast Crunch that they have now, but they're like, what's French Toast Crunch? You mean Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
That. They don't even make that anymore, do they?
French Toast Crunch?
Yeah.
No, they still make that. Yeah, I just think that there's like certain ones that like they're known for it, like the chocolate Lucky Charms.
Oh,
Like I think when you get into the real underrated part of these things, and we're talking about like bad cereals. We're not talking about the good Special K type cereals, but like when they're bad cereal, like, when I say bad, I mean like the ones that are probably really aren't that good for you, that are sugary,
like 95%.
The ones that I like,
yeah, the ones we shouldn't be.
I would say
eating,
the most underrated ones are renditions of those. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Oreo O's are good. If you know about those, but like I haven't tried them yet, but the white Oreo O's, like the golden Oreo O's, that's what they're called. The golden.
Have you
Oreos.
had?
Those are probably like really good. Honeycomb. You like honeycomb?
No, not really.
You all right?
They were all right though.
Honey crisp.
No.
It's like more. It's like different. Those were really some
like
of my
Golden
favorites as
Crisp
younger.
too. Those kind of.
Golden crisp.
Wasn't-
Golden crisp.
Not my favorite, but my mom loves Golden Crisp.
Those are rare.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't find those a lot.
They don't
nowadays.
think they make them anymore.
I was
actually.
at a gas station near my near NYT with a coworker from there. Not Roger Island, but
I was gonna say, is Roger walking in the door?
we went to the gas station and he saw Golden Crisp and he went nuts. He was like, "What? Like they don't have this anywhere." And he like bought a box.
You know,
And he
it's funny
doesn't
you
buy
say
anything
that.
usually, so it was funny.
I forget where it was, but like, you know, when you have like Fruity Pebbles, I hadn't seen it in like a while. I hadn't eaten it in a while. So like, I forget where it was, and all of a sudden I saw it, I was like, oh my god, they still exist.
Well, Fruity Pebbles, I feel like it's easy to find. I feel like if you go to Hannaford or Market 32 right now,
but like,
you will find Fruity Pebbles. I don't think you'll find Golden Crisp.
Cool. I don't think Golden Crisp they make them anymore. Actually,
They had them at this gross gas station. What is this, from like 1990s?
could be. He better. I hope he checked the date.
Yeah, I haven't seen them in a while.
Oh no, boy.
Crap.
It's been a week.
It's been a week. No, it's been longer than that, actually.
Oh well, that's not a good
No,
time.
I was, don't.
No.
What do you got? What do you got for me? Anything else on the cereal topic?
No, I'm good.
We kind of teased the video game topic. Let's talk about that
Yeah,
real
let's
quick.
talk about
What's your
some video
favorite
games.
sports video game?
Madden.
This is just Madden in general. Do you have
I
a
don't-
favorite Madden? Because right now on 1045theteam.com, here's how you do a real plug, Mike. On 1045theteam.com, there is a video game bracket you can vote on there.
I voted.
Did you vote?
I
Okay,
did.
but on there, I believe they have Madden 04.
Yes.
That was the only Madden.
Yes.
So there must be something about that.
Which
Madden.
was
That
what?
I think
Michael
Ray Lewis.
Vick. No, Ray Lewis was 5. I
05.
think.
And then 06 was Donovan McNabb.
Yeah.
So yeah, Michael Vick then? I guess sure, Michael
I think
Vick.
it was Vick.
Google search. I could do it right now.
The best football game ever made, though, which actually kind of annoys me that it wasn't on there. The last year they made 2K. Was it?
There was a 2K on there, wasn't there?
5? I don't think so.
There was a 2K on there. I'll check it.
I
Madden
think 2K
NFL 04. Michael Vick.
Look at that memory. I think 2K5.
Yeah, I thought it was Vick, and I brought it up to guys, and he mentioned something about the hit stick.
I think 2K5 was the last one they made, and that was when you actually got Chris Berman and ESPN on there.
Yeah, I think I had that. Was it Brian Urlacher on the cover?
I think so.
That was a good game. I did like that game.
And then
That was fun.
Then they stopped making football, and then football kind of went down.
That
the
was a
drain.
good game. I'll give you that. That's an underrated one that wasn't on there. I'm an MVP baseball guy.
05?
05.
Yes. That
Everyone's
was the
05.
last one of the
And I
series.
feel like that's I think that's why. I feel like it's whenever, and same thing with the 2K one. Like I feel like a lot of these are like NCAA football 14's on there too. Like
Yep.
these are the last ones of
I
them.
wasn't a fan of 14.
Like if there was
though.
an MVP baseball 06, would we be talking about that? If that was the last one was 06, would we talk about 06?
Who was on the cover of 05?
05 was Manny.
Yeah.
04 was Pujols. Like there was an 04. Like
And then
it's-
it stopped.
You know. Was there
I
one
had-
earlier than that? I don't know, but
I had it for GameCube actually. MVP 05.
really.
Yep.
Yeah, I just NCAA football. I didn't have 14, but I had them. They
07
were awesome.
was the best NCAA.
They have NFL 2K5.
Yeah. It was on
It's
there.
on here.
I voted for it. It was the best. That was by
Up
far the
against
best football game
NCAA
ever.
football 14.
I didn't play 14. I think 07 was the best NCAA.
Real quick, I will go through these. I said this on with guys. Like I think the streets are very underrated here. I feel like a lot of people like the street games. NBA Street, NFL Street. I feel like those are going to get a lot of play from the younger generation. I think that's where it's important. Like a Tecmo Bowl against an NBA Street or an MVP baseball. I don't know who are voting here. And if we're getting more of the younger people voting, I feel like a Tecmo Bowl will be out pretty early. Although the seeds are based on write-ins, right? And I think
I think so.
I think that that was a pretty high on the write-in then. But NBA Jam probably has the best chance to win, I think.
NFL Blitz made the list, right?
NFL Blitz made
that was a fun game.
And NBA Live 03, I had a lot of these,
NHL hits too.
I had a lot of these games.
Do you ever play NHL hits?
NHL Hits is not on here.
I thought it was.
It's not on here. It's NHL 94 is on here.
Oh.
But NHL Hits, I played that on GameCube in college. My friends love that game. And the way the NHL Hits works is like you can, and the same thing with Blitz, and I think it goes with what, Slugfest?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about Slugfest.
You just hit a bunch of people. Like it's just really funny. So
well, that's all I do in an NHL game
but
anyways.
what you can do is my favorite thing about that game is if you get somebody. So what you do is we played with 3 people.
Yeah,
that's how it goes. That's how they do it. And I was the enforcer, so like I never scored goals. I just went around hitting people. Now I'd always get in fights. Then you get penalty box. You get in unlimited fights, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Now I'd go in the penalty box, and the number one thing that my teammates would do that is legal in NHL Hits, which I thought was hilarious, is you could check the goalie.
Yeah.
When you have a power play or when it's like 2-on-2.
Just check the goalie and goal.
You can't do it when it's 3-on-3. But when you have someone in the penalty box, you can just check the heck out of the goalie, and it's awesome.
That game was
awesome.
That game was awesome.
I feel like I didn't really play Blitz.
Can we
to play Blitz.
Can we have like an old school video game day in here? We just bring in like
that'd be great. I would definitely do it. We got the TV for it.
Man,
I think there's a time we could do it and just have a party in here.
Definitely want to play.
I'll give you the
NHL
wiki face
hits.
on that one, but.
I think
that way.
I think actually we should go to the big boardroom and get everybody in the building and just go play some old school video games. Play some hits.
Did you see the video of the I think it was around the Kansas City playoff game where they had a drone around the stadium.
Was it Robert Kraft? Oh, sorry, too soon.
Well, I guess that has many connotations now. But they were getting a drone shot of Arrowhead Stadium.
Yeah.
And they were going back Kauffman Stadium, and people were
the Mario Kart. Yeah, that was
on the
sick.
big board.
Yeah.
That is sick. That is like...
That would be like the ultimate
bucket list.
Awesome. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And to me, like as awesome as it would be to be at Yankee Stadium doing that, I would not care where.
Yeah.
Just to be there and be like...
As long as it's big, and Kauffman Stadium has a huge screen up there. So
Kauffman's actually on my list of places I want to go.
I want to go to all the stadiums.
Yeah.
Of course. Like it's kind of a cliche thing, but I kind of want to just be like,
I would love to spend one summer and just
stadium.
hit every stadium.
Be sick.
Except Yankee, because I've already seen it.
You still hit it.
I'd still go.
Of course.
I mean,
do you remember that show on Yes that Michelle Beadle used to host where they went to like every single game?
Yeah. I've been to two Yankee Road Trip, wasn't it?
It's called Yankee Road Trip.
When they got
like they had to do like these tasks and they didn't get there on time.
Because I think Bald Vinny was on the first season. Is it the one you're talking about where they got they got a bunch of people, like a bunch of contestants, and they all got to go travel with the Yankees for
Yankee Michelle Beadle would like meet them places.
I forgot she started on
Beadle. Yeah.
I forgot she started on the.
She was the Nets sideline, right? Too. Yeah. She did that too.
How about Richard Jefferson's now doing play-by-play with the Birdman, Ian Eagle?
Yeah. He created a Twitter last night, and they were updating his Twitter followers throughout the game. They were promoting it, and he got up there. He got pretty high. He got over 3,000, maybe even more than that. Yeah, he's good. He's a Nets. He was the reason why I like the Nets. Actually, like, he was a big reason why I liked them early. When he was one of my favorite
growing
players.
up. Like, not that I'm a huge NBA fan, but Kittles, Kmart,
great teams. Yeah,
they're the reason why I got into basketball, and now I just don't care because
wasn't he a rookie in 03 when they made it, or was it 02?
Yeah, he was. He was
out
of
Arizona and young, and then he became a big part of the team when they weren't as good. But yeah, and then you go deeper than that.
The Byron Scott days, right?
With VC. Yeah, that's the Byron Scott days.
Then Carter came around,
VC, and the big three still kind of was there with Kid, VC, and
I
RJ.
think I got a little. I think I was upset when they got rid of Kmart.
Of course, I mean that's a big part of
the team. That was my boy. I love Kmart.
Part of the team. That's when they officially became not as competitive.
When he went to Denver, I kind of like became a Denver fan because I still loved Kenyon. I'm like, that's my man.
And
I'm like, that's my boy.
They were decent with Kenyon, and as much as you hate on Melo, they were good. They were a good team.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's wrap this thing up, Mike. Anything else you want to plug? I'll plug my stuff, but do you want to plug anything?
Follow me on Twitter, Mike James 1045.
Eric Mike. Oh yeah, sorry, that's me. At Mike James 1045. I'm at Eric H 1045.
And follow us on Twitter at Sportside Tweets.
That might actually get some play. We might actually be using that a little bit more.
Yeah.
If
everything falls into place.
Falls right into place. Yeah. Yes, and lastly, I have a bunch of fantasy podcasts. I've done every single position except for relief pitchers. They're up on 1045theteam.com on the podcast tab. Click on Sittin Sportside Podcast. That'll take you to our Sittin Sportside Podcast YouTube playlist. So all of them are on there. Then I'll have the division previews coming out soon. And then we'll have the much coveted Mike James MLB preview podcast, which I'm looking forward to the most, actually. So a lot of MLB preview stuff. And throughout the season, once again, my Twitter at EricH1045. Any fantasy baseball question, throw it at me. I'll probably respond to you because I get so little. But if there happens to be a lot, then I'll probably do a podcast about it. I'll do a podcast regardless, but then, stuff like that. Mike James, you did a great job this week.
Thank you, sir.
And for anyone who listened to this before March 9th, be sure to tune into Levac and Gaz 2 to 7.
Tomorrow's the 8th, I think, right? No. Yeah.
The 8th.
Yeah.
This is awkward.
Yeah, anyways, I'll be on with Gaz tomorrow.
Yeah. If you happen to listen to this
from 2 to 7,
you'll have 24. Like right when this gets posted, you'll have like about 27 hours before Mike James is on. So be sure to listen to Mike James, the coveted Mike James appearance on Levac and Gaz. Mike,
there's a rumor that Gaz and I are making a bet tomorrow too.
There's a rumor.
I haven't
even heard this. I'm looking forward to it. I'm tuning in, and of course, you should be tuning into every Sittin